The economy at halftime is a report at how we have done halfway through the year. The formal sector is zooming, but the broader economy is yet to catch up to its pre-COVID rhythm. That's the message we are getting from a bunch of data from the first half, that's April, September, and some lead indicators for October. Let me start with taxes. It's always the best indicator for consumption and income. GST represents consumption. Look at the collections going from strength to strength. October is a good 10% over September and 20% over, 25% over the previous October. Good show. Corporate taxes, well, actually that is plateauing. If you look at September, the advanced taxes are much better than the June taxes. But if you look at it 2 Septembers ago, I'm not taking last September, that was an unusual year, then it's not much, you know, it's just about a 1.7% growth over 2 years. That counts as worse than flat. But income tax is making up for the disappointment. Indeed, this is the best indicator of growth. Look at the jump. From June to September, it's a superb growth, but much more spectacular is the jump from 2 Septembers ago. It's a 26% compounded annual growth in income tax. Let's come to production indicators now. Exports, again, a sterling show. We have consistently done between $33 and $35 billion a month. Compared to 2 Octobers ago, I mean, we were lingering at about 20, in the mid-20s, and you will get an idea of how good it is. Let us look at the imports performance. Imports were actually lagging in the early part of the year, but September, October has been very good, picked up very smartly, and look at the comparison with 2 Octobers ago. It's a 45% jump from the October of 2019, and that counts for over 20% compounded annual growth. Of course, a goodish bit is due to commodity prices, higher crude, higher metals. So even then, it's a good show in the last 2 months. Trade deficit is showing the first signs of worry. In the worst of our times in previous years, our monthly deficit used to be $15–17 billion at worst. Now, in the last 2 months, we are averaging $22 billion. That is the worry. If the deficit is so high when the economy is working at, 65% capacity, what will happen when we hit 80% capacity? A bit of a worry. Let's come to auto sales. Always an important lead indicator of growth. Yes, Maruti, as of October, is much better than previous months. But look at the previous Octobers. I mean, compared to October of 2020, secular stagnation actually. And ditto for Hero Moto, the two-wheeler sector, a best indicator of the two-wheeler sector is Hero Moto. October again reported a very good number compared to previous months. But compare it to previous Octobers, I mean, this is a tragic showing. Power consumption was a superb story up until September. The global gas and coal shortage hit us, and we have seen that we are not yet out of the woods. Let me look at the entire core sector. I mean, power is one part. Cement, steel, coal, refinery products, including all that. Again, we've done well in the first half of FY22 compared to FY21, but we have not even caught up with 3 years ago average if you looked at the index number. So that's not very good. But let me end with positive numbers from the PMI. The Purchasing Managers Index is a forward-looking index. It looks at the outlook of purchasing managers, and there the PMI for October is standing very tall compared to previous months. If you looked at the services PMI, it's almost, a record high. So much higher even than year-ago levels. So it's a hopeful outlook if you look at, say, GST, income tax, imports and exports. At halftime, more than half the economy looks like giving us good news.